Hey guys, it's Paul from Ashen Phoenix. It is New Comic Book Day for November 11th, and we're going to get started right now. This episode brought to you by shirts. They're like slinkies, and everybody wants a slinky, so that means everybody wants a shirt. Buy one. There's a link in the description. Pick up any of the stuff that we've seen here, anything I'm wearing week to week, and also a pug shirt, because every time you buy one, Tim doesn't drown one.
That's right. That's true. I don't do that.
Hey guys, Tim from Capes and Scowls and Team Ashen and Comic Book Store, and I get around, I guess. I'm going to tell you about trades. Planet Paradise. This looks awesome. We did read, we reviewed the one magazine-sized book by Jesse Lonergan. This looks awesome. I will probably buy this if nobody else does. Sorry I threw that. I do throw too much. Goosebumps, Creepy Crawly Comics. This looks like a lot of fun. A lot of the IDW Scholastic team-up Goosebumps stuff is pretty solid for a younger reader and an older reader, but, you know, it's good to get your kids in. You know? X-Men Volume 2, it's that good old Hickman X-Men. This is issues 7 through 11. It's the X-Men, so I don't really care for it. Star Wars, The Destiny Path. This is issues 1 through 6 of the 2020 Star Wars run. So, first volume of the third, I guess, is how they're doing it. I don't know what they're doing, but it's great. Hey, Dawn of X is still coming out in these weird volumes that I don't like. And I still say don't buy them. I guess if you already started, just, I guess, but I wouldn't have done it. Teen Titans Go! Roll with it. Looks like the Teen Titans in a young adult kids kind of storyline are going to play some D&D. Who doesn't love that? And finally, good lord, look at this green. We've got Jack Kirby's Forever People. If you're a big Kirby fan and you've never read this, you should. This is where Darkseid first shows up. It was this and a Jimmy Olsen book were his first couple appearances. And it's an interesting group of characters.
First up, we have Marauders issue number 14. Stuff just starts happening. We are finally at the end of all the pageantry and everything. The war is starting. The contest is starting. We saw some last-minute heroics at the end that have now going to backfire and all this kind of stuff. Because as you can see from the cover, if you've been paying attention, what you thought happened didn't happen. And there are going to be some repercussions that are going to reverberate from this book throughout the rest of the contest itself, as you find out the rules just aren't what you were expecting to be. But it's a good read. If you're wanting to check out the X Swords, this actually moves the story along. So this is actually beginning to be. We're 14 issues in, and we are now starting to actually get story of what is going on. So grab it.
All right, first up we have Hawkman, issue 29, because it's the last issue of the series, and because I've randomly picked up Hawkman once or twice already on here, and I loved it, so why not read the last issue? And it's all right. I was jumping in pretty blind, because a lot has happened since those issues I read. Basically, Hawkman and Hawkwoman are fighting some guy who's like a soldier of Anubis, and oh man, things get crazy. I don't know how much of this I feel like talking about, because it's kind of like they wrap up the story and then they kind of go somewhere interesting, and I don't want to spoil that for you. But there's a big fight on a train between both of them. Carter Hall seems like he's going to die from a poisoned sword, a cursed sword that can definitely take away his immortality. And some interesting things happen. There's a lot of undead people on a train. And it was pretty fun. It's fun. I really enjoyed the second half as well that I don't want to tell you anything about. So if you want to figure it out, you got to go buy the book. Do that.
Next up, we have Excalibur, issue number 14. More X of Swords, and we now have our first casualty. Things are going bad because, as we said in the last issue, the events that happened 2 issues ago did not sit well with Saturn. And as a result, what we assume was going to be a straightforward 12-person battle royal is not. And she's a vindictive person. And things do not go well for our heroes. But still a good read.
All right, next up, Scarenthood. Scarenthood from IDW, yes. Your writer is Nick Roche, and your artist is Chris O'Halloran. And the art was pretty fun, pretty cool. This feels like... Chris O'Halloran was the colorist. I lied to you. I don't think they care. This book was nearly my pick of the week. It's a pretty interesting story. It's with a group of adults who have young kids, and they're like in kindergarten kind of age. And the parents kind of get together, and they're like, something's wrong with this one room in the school. And you find out a kid disappeared down there underneath like the stage area and never was seen again. This feels like a kid's go on an adventure story, but it's with adults, if that makes any sense. This feels like a Stranger Things. This feels like a Goonies kind of style thing, but it's just the parents are the characters. It's weird. It's weird to try to describe, Paul, because it just does feel like this 80s romp kind of story about the adults. The kids have great one-liners, which made me crack up. It's just an interesting story. It's very weird. If you're into some strange kind of horror, this looks like it's going to be for you. I don't know how scary it is, but if they ever adapted it into a show or something, I bet it would be terrifying, and I would not want to watch it because I would be too scared. I'd be scared, Paul. Paul's laughing at my scaredness. No, I'd watch it. This seems pretty interesting, and I think you should check it out. It's something different, man, it's something different for sure. Can't wait to see where that next issue goes.
Next up, we have Wolverine, issue number 7. The last of the X books this week, and Wolverine is in trouble because of, like I said, I can't explain. I'm not going to try to spoil what happened or 1 week ago, but he tried to kind of cut things short, and as a result, everyone is paying the price for him, and they're losing more and more points. It's now looking like a very, very one-sided affair, and I'm going to be interested to see how they do try to pull this back, because he has really put them behind the 8 ball, and things are not going well for the X-Men.
All right, time for my pick of the week. What is my pick of the week, Paul? It's Taskmaster, issue number 1. This clearly was supposed to come out many moons ago when the Black Widow movie was expected to come out. It's nice looking at ads from several months ago. This is basically what you have is Taskmaster. So Taskmaster is one of those characters. Sometimes he's super serious, and that's when I tend to like him. And sometimes he's super goofy, which was like his Deadpool kind of stuff. And I like him a little less. And this is kind of in the middle. It's kind of in between. But I do like the silly stuff they did kind of get a chuckle out of me. Basically, Maria Hill has been murdered. Oh no, we love Maria Hill. She's murdered. And, or at least she appears to be murdered. And Taskmaster has been framed as the assassin. So he is doing a charitable golf game, a doubles game, with some mafiosos, and he gets attacked. He and Bullseye get attacked because Bullseye was a partner of one of the other mafia guys. It's so silly. But once you get past that, somebody is trying to murder him. They're very good at it. It will be revealed who it is. It's kind of obvious who I thought it was pretty obvious who it was. And Taskmaster is saved by someone you wouldn't expect, who wants to help him figure out why he was framed. It's pretty good. I mean, I wouldn't say it was super surprising, but I just had fun. It was a lot of bullets flying, a lot of adventure. Taskmaster's a cool character. You know, he can just kind of replicate what he sees. So, of course, before he does a golf tournament, he watches, like, Tiger Woods videos, and then he's, like, better than Bullseye. This is going to go a weird place. He's going to have to interact with some characters I'm pretty excited to see him interact with. This is going to be pretty good, so definitely keep an eye on Taskmaster. I think it's going to be one to read for sure. All right, guys, that's the end of the video. Thank you for checking out our videos. We really appreciate it. More Paul than me, but I like it too. It's nice of you.
I think that we both appreciate this.
Sure. And that's it. Everybody tell Paul how much you love him down in the comments section below. He really enjoys that. He enjoys being told that he's a sweet guy, and he is a sweet guy. in small doses. So let him know that in the comments below.
Small doses.
Like, you've been here for hours, bro. I'm ready to go home. You're making me miss my wife. Come on.
Wow, that's so messed up.
Anyways, Paul's a good guy. And that's it. I'm going to go home. I'm going to go home now, buddy.
Okay.
I'm going to do it.
Okay.
I'm going to do it. Comment below how much you love Paul, though. Tell him one thing about him that's sweet and makes you feel warm and fuzzy inside. Just one thing.